Go. Good afternoon, welcome to the OSM. Today we're covering cleaning of rifles for the Probationary 1 course. Basic cleaning, just to give you the general information that you will need to clean your own rifles to make sure they have a longer life than just if you just neglect them. First of all, we're going to have a look at what you actually need to clean your rifles. As you can see on the bench today, we've got the Hauer 303, which is a club rifle. We also will need the appropriate cleaning rod. These do come in different diameters for different size or different calibers of rifle. We also have the cleaning cloth. It's none of you ex-military will know it's 4x2. They also do a 2x2 for your smaller bored rifles, or smaller calibers I should say. Also we have here the cleaning box itself with the different implements that we need to enable us to clean the rifle effectively and efficiently. In here we have a brass jag. This is used to actually fit the cleaning cloth to when we push it through the barrel. We also have in there as well is a copper brush for removing any excess copper, lead, carbon from the barrel and other little places that you might need to clean to prevent excess wear on the parts of the rifle. We also have in there is another little brush. It's a nylon brush, this one. This one's used in conjunction with any cleaning solvents which are corrosive towards copper. Otherwise, if you use the solvent with a copper brush, it is a corrosive solvent. You will not have any brush left after a while. Also we have in there is we have what called a little mop. It's made out of either a sheep's wool or similar material. Enables us to put oil onto the mop and run it through the barrel to enable us to oil the barrel after you've been shooting, just to keep it nice and clean. Also, which I keep in the cleaning kit, is the cotton buds. They just come in handy for getting in any awkward little nooks and crannies on the rifle itself, just to make sure you can get all the debris out there which you don't need. First of all, what we're going to do today is we're going to take some cleaning cloth. A pair of scissors is easier. You can tear this cloth, but it's just, if you've got a pair of scissors, just cut the material off. And what I'll do there, just keep that to one side, I'll cut this in half, which gives us a more manageable size to cleaning the actual barrel, and also less chance of having too much cloth in the barrel to get it stuck. Obviously this is our cleaning rod. This one has a fitting of an internal thread, so you have to make sure that you have the correct fittings for your rod itself. With these cleaning brushes, the actual thread is actually on the end of the brush. It will literally just screw into the end of the brush, securing it, ready for cleaning. What we do then, first of all, we'll remove the bolt. Removing the bolt, there's a little button on the left hand side of the rifle. I'll just pick the rifle up so that you can actually see, and I'll point it out to you. Just to this side, above my finger, there is a little silver button. All we do with that is we just push that button downwards, which then enables us to remove the bolts. You will have to demonstrate that you're capable of removing the bolt as well as part of your probation. Place the bolt in the bottom of the tray. There's no chance of it falling on the floor, getting covered in dirt or getting damaged. What we'll then do, we'll then take your cleaning rod with your copper brush from the rear of the rifle through where the bolt housing is. We put the brush into the actual breech, and with one gentle push it all the way through the barrel of the rifle. Push it all the way through, so it's pushing any excess debris that you don't want in there, i.e. copper, lead or carbon, out the end of the barrel. One simple pull all the way back, and you repeat that as many times as you like to make sure that you've got it as clean as you want it. Just take the brush off, lay it to one side, place the cleaning rod in a little holder which is on the actual stand here, just to keep it out of the way. Then we'll get the jag, so I can get it out of the box. Again, has a little screw fitted on the end. Just gently screw it into the end of the rod, that's it secured. Take your piece of cleaning cloth. Actually place it through the actual cloth. On the end of the jag is a small pin which you can actually see protruding through the cloth. That just holds it in place. As before, the same as using the brush, in through where the bolt is, into the breech, one swift push all the way through till it comes out the far end. Pull the rod back, the cloth falls off the end of the jag. Turn it over, replace it back onto the jag. Again, through the rifle in one go, pull it back, cloth comes off. Again, repeat that as many times as you require to make sure that the barrel is clean. Once we've cleaned the barrel, we will then move on to the other parts of the rifle. I was talking about the bolt itself. On the bolt itself here we have the extractor, which is the part that actually grips hold of your empty brass case to pull it from the breech. Also involved in the bolt is what they call an ejector. It's a small pin, spring loaded, which enables you, once it's in place, that is compressed. As soon as you release the bolt and pull the bolt back, that then ejects the case out of the rifle. What you need to make sure you've got here, on the extractor itself, there's a little lip underneath it which is designed to hook round the end of the brass case. Make sure that's clean underneath. If you get too much build up of any muck, copper, brass or anything underneath there, that will then start causing you issues of extracting your cases from the breech, which will lead to further issues that you do have with your rifle. Keep the face of it clean, keep any muck away from it. That way it'll stop any wear on the actual bolt itself, and also to prolong the life to the bolt for you. All you basically with the bolts themselves, to clean them down, is just a nice rag, clean rag, a good wipe over, general wipe over all through. Put a bit of oil on it when you're finished, just to keep it nice and lubricated. Makes it slide easier when you put it back into the rifle. On the rifle itself, when we come to actually cleaning the rifle itself as well, you've also got obviously the housing where the bolt sits into. You've also got in here, we have the ejection port where the empty cases come out, and we also have the magazine housing. All these parts still need cleaning. You're on the range, it'll be a dry dusty day, a bit of breeze, the dust will be getting blown up into these actual parts of the rifle. If you don't clean them, excessive wear again on the rifle, which then shortens the life of your rifle itself, and then could give you costly repair bills, which you don't really want. Quite simple to clean the rifle. We get a piece of the cleaning material, your cleaning cloth, just tear a piece off, feed it through the back of the bolt where the bolt sits in the bolt housing here, push it through, give it a good clean through in there. You can put a little nylon brush in there, give it a brush out with the brush, that way you'll still get all the muck out of it. In the ejection opening, make sure you get into the grooves and the nooks and crannies in the corners to make sure you get all the muck out. This is where these cleaning buds come in handy. You can actually use these right up into the corners, underneath any ledges you've got, just to make sure you get all the muck out of it. Then we'll get onto your cloth and the magazine housing. Just get your fingers in there, give it a good wipe through, good wipe down, to make sure you're getting all of the foreign matter out of the actual magazine housing itself. Again, that way it's not going to get up round the bolt and cause excessive wear on your bolt. Obviously, being a magazine fed rifle, you have your magazine, which also needs cleaning. It's like a little box. It will collect dust, dirt and grit. You've got the floor plate just sitting there, which the actual round sits on. Give that a wipe through. It's on a spring, so you can actually push it down so far, put your fingers in there, give it a clean round. If you want to give it a proper clean, you can take them apart quite easily. On this one, there's a little retaining pin at the bottom. You just push that in with a little screwdriver, slide the bottom plate off. It will allow the spring to come out along with the floor plate. You can give it a good hot soapy water, give it a good wash out, because this one's only plastic, and put it all back together once it's all dry. Once in a while, occasionally you'll probably find that you've got an excessive build-up of copper, brass or carbon in the barrel. You need to make sure that's clean and you take it out of the barrel because you don't want the excessive, because it will affect the zeroing of your rifle and the performance of your rifle. You can get different cleaners, different solvents, different cleaners for it. We have here, we've got a Remington, it's a bore cleaner. It is a corrosive substance, so please always read your instructions on the back to make sure that you use it correctly. If you leave this in your barrel too long or forget to clean it afterwards, you could come back and find you've got pitting in your barrel, which means in your barrel is totally shot. It's no good to man nor beast. So then you'll have the expense of either a new rifle or a new barrel. So this is designed along with, you use this with the nylon brush, put a bit of the actual bore cleaner on a bit of cloth, on your, push it through on your jag, through your actual barrel, and then again, read your instructions for leaving it as however long it says to leave it in there before you clean it, allow it to do its job to actually dissolve the copper, brass or the excessive lead that's in there. Once you've done that, you can use your nylon brush then just to push it through the barrel, just to help dislodge, say, your brass, your copper or your carbon, with your lead and your carbon through the actual barrel. Once you've then cleaned that and you get a good clean through with the solvent, again get yourself more clean piece of cloth, again onto your rod with your jag, pushing it through your barrel, make sure it's perfectly clean, and once you've finished with it. Once you've done that, you can get some gun oil, put it onto a bit onto your mop, and push it through the barrel when you've finished. Bearing in mind you've also had solvent through there, so the oil will help neutralise the solvent and protect your barrel from any further pitching or corrosion. If you do oil your barrel, when you've oiled your barrel, before you come to fire your rifle next time, please push your rifle cloth through your rifle just to keep it clean. When you're on the rifle, on the range, and you might feel you want to give your rifle a quick clean, you can purchase what they call a bore snake. Now, I don't have one to hand at the moment for this calibre of rifle. All it is, it's a, as it says, it's a long snake, a piece of cloth. It has a weight on the end. You just drop it down through your barrel in one clean swipe, pull it all the way through, and that'll give it, just gives you, so you can give it a quick pull through while you're on the ranges, just to keep it clean and tidy. We're just giving you a basic cleaning video today for here. You will get a more intense cleaning briefing when you get a chance to come back to the range or to the club, be able to arrange something with Dan and Joe. But for now, this is just to give you the basics of what we do actually for cleaning the rifle, so that you can make sure your rifle stay clean. Okay, thanks very much indeed.